Hi, welcome back to 21 Days to Return to Self-Love. Today, I want to talk about boundaries. One of the best ways that we can love ourselves is to put ourselves first. I read recently somewhere something that said, whatever you say yes to, you're saying no to something else. Whatever you say no to, you're saying yes to something else. And it really spoke to me in that I say yes to a lot of people. And sometimes that means I'm saying no to myself. And so setting boundaries and really recognizing and choosing what I say yes to and asking myself, is that me saying no to something for me? Is that me saying no to myself? Has been really powerful. So today we're going to talk about boundaries. I want you to start small, especially if boundaries are something that are new to you. It doesn't have to be some huge thing where you uproot your life. But something small in a small way where you can say yes to yourself, where you can say no to something else that means saying yes to yourself. Setting just a small boundary is a really big step in loving yourself and showing yourself love, putting yourself first. So think about something in your life that doesn't feel right. Think about something that gives you that heaviness, right? You have some anxiety around or some bit of unease around a situation. So that's step one. Identify the area where you need boundaries. This could be work, it could be personal life, it could be with a certain friend, it could be with a relationship. Where is an area in your life where you feel that overwhelm or that unease, or you feel that weight? So first we have to identify that. And then we can ask ourselves, what is one small step that you could make in setting that boundary and in choosing yourself? One of the things for me that was huge was work. Because I work for myself, I have clients all over. Just managing that and managing my clients has been a huge lesson for me in putting myself first. I used to work 24/7. When you have your own company, it's like your child, right? And so it is a 24/7 job. But sometimes that looked like me choosing everyone else over myself. So one of the things that was really good for me to do really at the beginning of this journey was to set a boundary around my work and to say to clients, I'm going to only be available from 9 to 5. That those are my normal hours. I'm going to work normal business hours. Outside of that, if there's an emergency or if there's a deadline approaching or something like that, then absolutely I can be available. But otherwise, I set some normal hours. That may not be possible for you depending on your job. It's just an example for me and something that really helped me. An example of a personal boundary could be maybe you have a friend who always calls you last minute to hang out, and that causes you some stress and anxiety that you would prefer to plan a little bit in advance. Just saying that, saying, hey, I really enjoy spending time with you, but it would help me if we plan a couple days in advance. Could you give me a couple days notice so that I can make sure that I am prepared, so that I don't have other things going on, so that I can give our time the attention that it deserves? Or maybe a certain friend, the conversation seems to turn negative a lot. You're always talking about, venting about relationships or things. And you could just say, I'm really trying to keep things positive in my life right now. Could we not talk about that today? Just a small little boundary to choose yourself, to say, this doesn't feel good for me. Identifying when things don't feel right, and listening to ourselves and our body, and identifying those things that aren't ideal for us, that maybe aren't really particularly healthy for us, and being able to say, hey, this doesn't feel right, and asking for an adjustment, just something small, is setting a boundary, is saying yes to yourself by identifying those things that don't feel right and then adjusting them. You're saying yes to yourself. You're saying, no, that doesn't feel right. No, I don't want that. I don't want that in my life. I don't want to do that. Let's do this instead. You're not completely cutting people out of your life at this point, unless that's clear to you, unless that's a step that you want to take, then trust your intuition, you know it. But I'm encouraging you to just take a small step. Set a small boundary in your life, either personally or professionally, that will be an act of self-love for you, or will be a way that you can show your self-love, that you can put yourself first. Say yes to you. Say no to something else in order to say yes to yourself. Set that boundary today. That's it. That's the self-love practice of the day. Thank you for being here. I'll see you tomorrow.